Good morning. This is Mona, and this is my morning view. Today, spring edition 2026. Kind of a little bit of cloudy skies. Some blue, some cloud. All right, that's the weather report. Now, moving on, it is Fiesty Friday. Fiesty Friday is the day I get to offend, and sometimes even myself. Actually, many times even myself, because usually when I'm talking about something on Fiesty Friday, it's something I've possibly been guilty of. This is one of those days. One of those days. All right, so today I figured instead of sitting over there in my chair with my cup of coffee, like I have been multiple times this week, for Fiesty Friday, I should be up walking around, right? I got the energy enough to do this. All right, so Fiesty Friday. And today I'm going to talk about complaining. Complaining. We all have done it at some time in our life, right? Now, I find myself complaining this week. It's been a tough week at work. It's been a tough thing to deal with things that have occurred this week. And my complaining was for others, for others who have had a hard time this week. Okay, so I got the farmer to contend with noise, and now I have a plane. So, okay, trying to just, because I think when I have my hearing aids on, you guys hear it louder than I do, believe it or not, too, here. Picks it up like a microphone. All right, so, star of the show is not eating. That's a complaint I have. Right there. Right there. Not eating. I put her allergy pill in there because she normally takes it by hand. She didn't do it this morning. She's feeling absolutely miserable right now. All right. Oh, there she is. There she is. Let's give you a view of the star of the show. There she is. Just laying in the grass. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you got some complaints? I think she does. I think she has some complaints. Okay, so, let's start off with, I was complaining that my grandson has done nothing wrong. You've heard parts of the story already, where he got into a car accident. He was car number 2. There was 4 cars involved. Car number 1 had stopped to make a turn. My grandson stopped behind him, waiting for him to go so he could go. So car 1 and 2 did nothing wrong. Car 3 and 4 slammed into cars 1 and 2. So, totaled his car. He takes great care of his vehicles. He keeps them clean. He keeps them, for the most part, clutter-free. We had to clean out his car the other day, and we had to pull out his golf clubs and stuff. So he did have some things in the trunk. Very few things. I mean, I think the golf clubs were the one thing that was taking the most room. So we took out a couple of things. He didn't have to take out a lot because he keeps his car relatively clean. I think there was one piece of garbage in the back, which means that was his passenger that had left this empty box, this little empty box on the floor. Because usually when you're a driver, your garbage is usually in the front. At least in my case. And then my husband gets in the car with us, and then we put it back in the back seat to make room for the person in the front seat. So yeah, it does travel to the back seat sometimes, but not something this minuscule, this small. So he keeps good care of his car. He makes sure that his car is serviced. He makes sure that his car is, he's not a mechanic, but he's very aware about taking care of your vehicle. And he drives very safe. All right, so keeping that in mind, the insurance check for his car that was in good condition could not pay for a vehicle of equal value in the sense of good shape, good condition, what do you call that? The engine was strong and the parts were strong. It was a good car. But the insurance check on an accident that wasn't his fault couldn't give him equal value. Part of that is because everybody's hiking prices up. They're taking advantage of situations that are going on that cause them to, hike prices up. Some prices going up is understandable. Part of that, for example, the gas prices, they can vary. It's been this expensive before. People are like, oh, no, it hasn't. Yes, it has. I totally remember it. I totally remember paying over $4 an hour. I mean, $4 an hour. I totally remember paying more than $4 a gallon. So, it's not new. Okay? But people want to complain. So prices are going up. And so people are complaining about the prices going up of everything. So my son gets another vehicle. He has to put another $2,000 into it. It's not as good as the car that he had, but, he thinks it's a good car. It's the same type of car, a little bit newer than his other one. So, same type of car. It was a Hyundai Elantra, I believe, is the name of it. I'm not positive on that. But, so anyways, we pick up the car for him. He's at school. He's in a school. And we pick up the car. And it sits because it's got to have the plates. But the plates for his other car, his original car that was totaled, he's still driving it because it's his only mode of transportation. But that's before he, turned it in to get the new car. So, so he bought the other car through kind of a little loan, family loan, and then was turning in his car to get the check so that the majority of it would be paid for and he only had to pay for $2,000 of it. So, that car sat there for like about 2 weeks or so before he was able to come back on break and change out the license plate, get it all set, and drive that car so that his original car could be picked up by the insurance company. Which was just in time because the day he came back and got his everything situated, that car died. The day that they were supposed to go onto the insurance ramp truck for the pickup, it had to be dragged on because it was done. It was on its last legs. I believe God sustained that car until he was able to get his other car on the road. But he couldn't keep the car. So then he takes that car back to college. And he's not doing a whole lot of driving around. He gets out of college because the year ended. He comes back. And the car breaks down. I was told that the engine seized. It's definitely something wrong with the engine. So his mother called the dealership. Fix this. Car should not break down in two months. Especially when it wasn't driven for 2 months. It was probably driven for about a month, maybe a month and a half. And in that driving, other than going to college and back, not a lot of driving going on. So here's this vehicle that the dealership doesn't want to deal with, doesn't want to take accountability for selling a bad car. Go into the, what do you call those things? Your ratings. And there are so many people talking about how bad this company is and their cars, and they want to take zero accountability. So I was complaining on behalf of my grandson. I said he has done nothing wrong, and he has gotten all this stuff coming down on him. So I'm complaining. But at least, I'm complaining to God. Oh, who else used to complain to God? Who else used to complain to God? We're tired of eating this manna. Give us some meat. We want some meat. And so quail just came down, and they had more quail than they needed. Complaining. So I've noticed in the last recent years that Americans love to complain. And we love to complain so much, especially on social media. Okay? Social media are soapbox, if you will. That's our modern day soapbox, is social media. Kind of like what I'm doing now. So as we're doing this complaining on social media, it's creating a frenzy of complaining. It's contagious. Contagious. Complaining is contagious. People are complaining about the egg prices. Man, I was buying free range eggs. I was buying them for about $4. You could get the other eggs for about $1 something, right? And when the prices of eggs went up, the organic, the free range, the cage free, they disappeared from the shelf. Disappeared. Weren't even there for availability. So I just went on an egg fast. Involuntarily. I'm supposed to eat more eggs, but I have a sensitivity to albumin, and that's in egg whites. So, whenever I eat eggs, my stomach hurts for a little bit. But I need the protein. So then when they started to come back, now range-free eggs are like $11. I'm like, what? So I had to lower my standards. I'm still not buying the cheap eggs. I'm getting some organic cage-free eggs. In the tier of eggdom, that's down, a little bit. And I'm paying the same price that I was paying for the free range back when the free range. Now, the prices of eggs have gone down a little bit. And so now they're not, $11, $12 anymore. Okay, they're more like $8 to $10. Still more than what I'm paying for eggs. I have a line, right? All right, so people are complaining. And then the Knicks are in the championship. What? Basketball. I'm thinking people need to be hardcore basketball people to do this. But even in the essence of being a hardcore athlete, a hardcore on that sport, it seems a bit absurd. absurd. Now, I know people with money can go do things. And if you have money, awesome. Go do the stuff. But you have average people paying thousands of dollars for a game. One game. One game. It may not even be the last game. You're talking, it's like, what, 7 games? The best of 7? It might not go that far, depending on how good the team is or how bad the other team is having. They're, just not having a good night, type of thing. That happens. So here you are, the average person, paying thousands of dollars to go see one game. Some of these people aren't even going to see the game. They're going into a venue, like a stadium, where they see it on a giant screen of the game. So it says if they're going to the game, but it's not really the game because it's on a giant screen, because the other game is somewhere else. And they're paying hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars for that. I heard that there were some tickets that were being sold for over $100,000. One game. Not the whole playoff. One game. And yet, people complain, same people, the average person, the average individual, complaining about gas prices, eggs and milk, we have made it such a habit to complain that it's our second nature. It's just what we do. But how does God feel about complainers? Oh, yes, he loves us. But I'm sure he's going up there going, oy vey. Don't they understand that the more they complain, the more of that is drawn to them? Where if they are thankful and have gratitude, maybe that should have been a wonderful Wednesday day. Thankfulness and gratitude will bring you more things to be thankful and gratitude for. We've got to stop the complaining. We've got to put that hand up. I've said it before, Philippians 4. He tells you what to think about, what is true. Not our truth, his truth. Not what we say is true, what he says is true. Because our truth and what our true is, subjective. Subjective to our opinions. Heard somebody say today on a little short about there's not 2 genders, there's 6. In what scientific world? I can see where you might get 3 because there are some people that are born with both. But for the most part, it's 2. God made male and female. So therefore, what he says is true, not what we say is true. All right. We're not getting into that. Just an example of truth. We get wrapped up around our circumstances and what we see, what we hear, what we taste. Oh, here's a good one. Taste. Oh, that tastes delicious. I love cheese. Ah, oh, that's disgusting. I hate cheese. Is it wonderful? Is it taste great? Or is it disgusting? What's true? Whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are just according to God's standards, not ours, because if it were for us, we would say, punish those people for doing wrong. But then when we do wrong, oh, have mercy on me. His scales of justice. Pure. What he says is pure. Lovely. Lovely. His version of lovely. Because how many times we've said something, seen something, and it's not lovely, and we go, oh, lovely. Had one of those moments this week. It's like, you got to be kidding me moments. A lot of times people think lovely is in their eyes what they consider as beautiful. Oh, she's so lovely. To whose standard? Somebody else may see that person and go, man, I can't stand that woman. Is she lovely? No, she is not lovely. Not in any sense of the word. So it depends on your perception. So that's why we go by God's standard. Whatsoever things are of a good report. Oh, that means no complaining. Because it's a complaint is more likely a bad report. Yeah. Think on a good report, not your complaints. All right, so that's all I got for Fiesty Friday. Go over to YouTube, Mona E. Harrison, white hair, beautiful face. So would be. Better than seeing that other big fat bee that keeps coming around that I don't know what it is, and pretty sure he'll bite me. Yeah, that's my complaint. All right. So I do complain. So it does offend me. See? Because I'm full of complaints. I'm not liking the bees hovering around my deck. All right. YouTube, Mona E. Harrison. Different than my Facebook profile. So make sure you write it down now. Mona E. Harrison. Subscribe. Like, share, and comment both here on YouTube and on Facebook because it helps the algorithm. Get all the bells and whistles. All right. That's all I got for you today. And I will see you on Monday. Blessings, everybody. Have a great day. And maybe write out your complaints. Write them out. Here's the list. These are my complaints. Bring them before God. Bring them before God and say, God, what can I do with these? Is there any of these things that can be solved? If there's any of these things that you have a solution for, could you share them with me? Because to complain without wanting a solution for the complaint does nothing. So make sure that if you're going to complain, you actively search out a solution. Because really, that's what happens. You don't have solutions if you don't have problems. And we know who can solve anything. So if he can solve anything, and you have a problem, bring it to the Lord and ask him, Lord, is there anything that you can give me a little bit of information that can bring a solution to this problem? Actively seek them out. Actively seek out solutions. All right. Now I'm done. Blessings, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.